It'll be one to go this time by. Coming to the green, buddy, coming to the green. Let's go get him. Go, 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 go.
Get your motor running. Head out on the highway.
Here, I got it. Sorry, I'm going to go ahead and speed this up. I'm exhausted, to be honest with you. Brian Vickers, number 83, finished second. Any questions? Yes, sir.
Yeah, I have a question about your car owner. How involved is he? Is he like an absentee owner? When is he in touch with you? And will you have any contact with him tonight after this good finish?
Yeah, I speak to him occasionally, not very often. Very, very minimal compared to a lot of owners in the sport. But when I do speak to him, he's a fantastic guy, extremely down to earth, very modest, very almost shy in a way. He actually doesn't want any credit for anything. He never wants to be in the media. He doesn't even like standing next to his athletes in public because he doesn't want his picture taken. I mean, it's just the kind of guy he is, and I think that says a lot about him. Also, you got to keep in mind that he has, over 600 athletes worldwide. So to talk to everyone in 1 year, you'd have to talk to 2 a day. So you just got to keep that in mind as well. But he, on occasions like this, I'll probably get a call from him, maybe not. But I'm in direct contact with some of his right-hand man, on a regular basis. Sorry, I had to speak.
That's all right. No problem. Next question. Go ahead.
Brian, Don Coble with Morris News Service. When you saw Casey come up behind you, did you kind of feel it was a matter of time? And once he got past you, did you figure he was just going to take off?
Yeah, I knew he had tires. He was the first car with tires. They told me that. I was hoping that there would be more cars that stayed out or on older tires to hold him off. Clean air was huge in these cars. I mean, absolutely huge. But I knew we had a great car. But tires were important too. So it was tough. When I saw him in my mirror, I didn't say that it was over, but I was like, this is going to be tough. And if we could have just stayed in front of him or got far enough ahead of him to stay in front of him for another five or six laps, I think the tires would even out and we would have been able to hold him off. But he got to us too fast where the tires were still too good. The 11 car, on the other hand, got to us a little bit too late. Even though he had better tires, we had such a good car that we could hold him off with the aero advantage.
Next question for Brian. Got one right here. Go ahead.
Jennifer, AP, you led a bunch of laps in Charlotte. Now this finish, and a good finish last week. AJ was 12th. What's happening at Red Bull that you guys are putting this together?
It's a great question. Some of it's just time. You can't replace time and experience. Some of it is people. In this sport, it's all about people. And Jay Fry coming on board, great leadership from the top. It always starts from the top down. But there's been a lot of other people. Jay's been a large part of it. But I don't want to give him all the credit. There's a lot of people that have come on board, and there's a lot of great people that are still there from last year that just weren't able to do what they wanted to do, or maybe just it wasn't the right time or place, or maybe they didn't have the right guidance or leadership from the top. So all around, the team's growing, getting better, stronger and better people are coming on board. The people are there that are getting stronger, and we're growing as a team. Toyota's definitely stepped it up on the engines. I still feel like we have a little ways to go. The Hendrick cars were killing me on restarts. But I'm really proud of those guys. I want to give them credit where credit's due. Going back 1 year ago, how we were here on power, tremendous difference. Big gains.
Next question. Go ahead there for Bob, then we'll go to Al.
Bob Pockris, NASCAR scene. Are you watching where you are in points every week as far as chase possibilities go? And when you're racing Casey there, you're like, wow, he's one of the guys who's kind of on the bubble too.
No, not really. We just try to do the best we can. I mean, I keep up with the points. I mean, to say that I don't know where we're at in points would not be true, but you got to be careful chasing points and worrying about that constantly. You just need to focus on each lap one at a time, each race one at a time, and the points will come.
Go ahead, Al.
Yeah, Brian Al Pierce, Motor Week. By one position, this is the best finish ever for Red Bull USA, because you were third at Talladega, I think. Is there a board down at your shop somewhere saying we want to win by a certain date, or this is a track we're going to win at, or do you figure every weekend now you're capable?
These there's no board at the shop to answer the question, but I think it's definitely on our minds. You know, we want to win a race. We'd like to win a race this year, you know, and we'd like to be in the top 15, and hopefully if we can get in the chase, we will. But and then next year run for a championship. It's kind of our mindset. You know, we're kind of on target for that. As far as picking a race, you know, you used to pick races. You know, you had good cars at good tracks, but it's tough to pick races these days. With these cars, you can be 1/16th of a bump stop off and out to lunch. You know what I mean? That's how we were legitimately 40th on the board yesterday in practice. 2 worst practice sessions we've ever had. And then after practice, we found out that we were just a few shims away on the bump stops from where we should have been. And, you know, today we had one of the fastest cars on the racetrack. So, you know, it's tough to just say we're going to run good here or we're not going to run good here. It just really depends on if you hit it or not.
Take one more question here, then we'll go to the press box. Go ahead.
Bill Hunnicky, the Trenton Times. Other than the improvement from practice, was there any particular race strategy that your crew had you following that got you up to running second?
You know, we had a really good car, but we knew we needed track position. You know, we got all out of sequence a little bit, and once we did, we opted for fuel mileage once we could fill in our window, as did a lot of guys, 88, 24, a bunch of guys. And, you know, we played that game. It kind of fell through on us a little bit. We probably would have won the race, to be honest with you, because felt like we had the 88 covered, and he was the next guy behind us on the fuel mileage strategy. Had the race gone green, you know, potentially we would have been sitting here with a victory, but it didn't, and it is what it is. So we, you know, we did the best we could. Unfortunately, the tires got us there at the end with a caution, but it is what it is.
Go upstairs for a couple questions. Go ahead.
Just like the NASCAR scene. Brian, the races where you know that the crew chiefs are on top of the pit box with the computers and it's all sorts of strategy like this, is that a good thing every once in a while as a driver, or would you rather have just every race in the driver's hands and just, you know, one-on-one, whoever is, you know, the fastest car?
Could you repeat that? Sorry.
No problem, no problem. What I'm trying to say is...
Where are you?
I'm up
He's in the press box.
Oh, okay.
I'm
Sorry.
sorry.
That tells me right there what the problem is.
What I'm trying to say is, you know, there's some races like this one where there's just so much strategy, and no matter, you know, you could have a fast car, you could have a slow car, but a lot of it is it's a crew chief race and a computer race, and people are trying to figure out fuel mileage and stuff like that. You know, obviously you have a fast car. Would you rather see the race decided like that? I mean, do you like race like that every once in a while, or would you rather see every race just straight up one-on-one, just as a driver?
You know, it depends if I have the fastest car or not. If you have the fastest car, you like to finish it straight up. But, you know, I mean, it's when you look at it in the big picture. All right, today it was a little single file. You know, that's a fact. And aero was a big deal. Pit strategy is a big deal. You have those races occasionally. Pocono tends to have them. You know, and the new car obviously hasn't helped any. You know, it's made a little bit of that worse. But in the big picture, like, we're almost spoiled. I mean, our races are so good so often. I mean, I'm a race fan in any form of racing, and I watch a lot of different racing around the world, and we still got them beat on a day like today. I mean, I hate to say it, but you know, their races are won every day, every race, by who starts on the pole, who has the best telemetry, who has the best technology, who has the best fuel mileage, and this and that and that and that. And it's a single file deal. I mean, for us to have one of those occasionally, it doesn't bother me that much. I mean, let's let some strategy win a race here and there. You know, I mean, that's part of racing. That's a factor. It doesn't bother me.